like, what was the whole story? Because like Paul came out and said, that there was a mole that was working a deal out with WCW or leaking like guys over to WCW, and I think it was like Fonzie and yourself he named as like the potential moles there. But like I feel like before I get your response to that and your answer to that, like I feel like this conversation, like you and Paulie working together, like a lot of stuff was like miscommunication. It's like, oh, this didn't get mentioned. You know what I mean? Like the wires got crossed somewhere in between working with each other.
It wasn't really miscommunication so much as at that point when I was ready to leave, their guys were really unhappy. They all wanted to jump. They were getting bad checks. There was a division between the New York crew and the Philly crew. I mean, it got that whole family atmosphere that we had, where for the first 2-3 years, every wrestler in the back was watching the monitor on his little 12-inch screen, whatever, everybody else's match. I'll never forget Hawk coming through the curtain going, what's going on? What are we looking at? And we said, the next match. He goes, what's going to happen? Right? No, it's not that. We want to like we were a team, like we were the little engine that could. These guys watching that next match on the monitor, they were cheering for the next guy.
Show them love.
It was a family. And then all of a sudden, it wasn't me running things anymore, and things got changed. And then Taz started his own, faction. The School of Hardcore, where then he'd come in and dress in his own little area there. Like it used to be. You see the fractions happening.
Yeah.
I said, I can't do this, as I told you. Shit, I did it again. Where'd you start me at?
We were at so the ECW the WCW mole. So like that was the whole thing that was they labeled you and Fonzie.
Said, there's a mole in our company. I said, no, there isn't. I called Terry Taylor and asked him if he was interested in Sammy and Sabu and Fonzie because they can't stand me here anymore. They were my guys. They weren't his guys. They won out. I said, that's not a big. There's no mole. When I made the deal with him about giving him control of the company, I gave him as part of the deal and get my money back, the ownership of the tape library, which he could not do TV shows without doing those B-rolls of everything that happened 5 years ago. That was critical. And so that was the only really egg I had in my hand. I said, I'll give you the video rights for you paying me back X that we've lost so far. And I go into a lot more detail again in there. And then I said, there's no mole. Stop it. He goes, all right, listen to me. I've lost the dressing room. I said, no shit. He goes, I need your help. I go, now what? I'll make this deal with you, but here's what you need to do. Let's just say there was a mole. I can build the whole dressing room together again. Instead of us against WWF or us against the world, is how we always started out. It'll be us against you. Oh, that's a lot to ask for, man. He said, you don't understand. You'll save the company. You'll save your friends' jobs. They were going to go out of business otherwise. I need to galvanize the locker room. And I took a day or so to think about it. And I said, and of course, Paul being Paul was like, and you'll come back next year as the greatest heel in the history of professional wrestling. And he can make you run through a brick wall. I said, yeah, a bit of bullshit. No, I'm serious. You come back as the guy that tried to sink the company? Wow. He did his whole shtick. I said, look, I'm going to go along with this now and not say a word because I want these guys to work. I don't want anybody to lose their jobs. So when I left, I sat back, took the heat.
Yeah.
Even though I was still talking to them almost every day. And the boys didn't know that other than my guys. Like Sandman, Fonzie, Sabu, Scorpio, like my guys I was close with. I had to say to them, you can't say anything. You want to work, you want to keep the company alive. You can't say that, this was bullshit. You can't out him. and they didn't.
Do you feel like you go down in history because of like things he said as like, I mean, like have you had fans come up and negatively react to you because of that?
Never once.
Really?
I've done 100 conventions. I've done never once have anybody come up to me not say anything nice or positive. Not once.
Mm.
And when they read that book, they'd be like, "Fuck, what the fuck employment, motherfucker." Yeah, but I did what I thought was best for the guys. I've always been that way. I always put the boys first and their need. I always try to look out for the guys.
Yeah.
And
those guys would see that and appreciate it, right?
Well, the first couple of weeks, nobody said anything, and then I read there's an interview where somebody has made a comment about negative comment towards me. The next week, same man went and did a comment and said like, "Hey, fuck Taz, kill Taz." Taz like in the locker room, brother, why would you say shit like that about me? He goes, "You're looking to fucking kick your ass for saying that about Todd. You should have known better." He never explained it to him that happened in the locker room, like within weeks of this. And I said to him, "Dude, like, bring it down. Like, we're trying to get the locker room back together. I'm taking this heat. No one's going to go away at some point." And again, Paul and I still remain friends until his DVD came out. He said, "Yeah, Todd was the mole." I went, "Wait, what? You never smartened up Dreamer, Taz, and the Dudleys? Like, what? You never ever smartened them up after that?" Obviously, he didn't. That's the last time I ever spoke to him. That wasn't that many years ago either.
Wow.